This week's Take a Look. America's fastest growing sport gets a hilarious new comedy. Dink! We're spending the entire show with the stars of the Dink.
Come on!
You want a rematch?
Yes, I'd like that opportunity.
Jake Johnson, Mary Steenburgen, Aaron Chinnup.
You're crushing these old people, Dusty!
We'll talk pickleball, unexpected friendships,
Come on in here. Let's bang one out.
the pressure of sharing scenes with comedy icon Ben Stiller,
What happened to your shoulder?
Got bit.
By an animal?
No, by a person.
and the tennis legends who show up for unforgettable cameos.
Who's the pimp?
He's the pimp.
Not a pimp.
I'm sorry, I'm so lost.
It's our The Dink Takeover.
I can't believe that this is happening.
Get out of the kitchen. That's a pickleball term. Let's take a look.
Look, here we go. Dink, 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 dink. This is the show dedicated to all things dink for people who like dink and people who like pickleball and those who don't.
I got it, guys. I got it.
See how long this goes. Hey, while we're at it, hey everybody, it's Cameron Hawley and it's Kelly Savannah Dean. Thanks for hanging out.
I just hit it 52 times. Did you see?
Nice work. Welcome to the open of our show. Yeah, this is all thing the Dink. And again, if you like pickleball, if you don't like pickleball, this is going to be the movie for you. Where do you sit on that side of the fence?
I feel like pickleball is real intense. I feel like this movie is gonna show the sides of it. Even though they're retirees, they can still go to battle. You feel me?
Deep.
What about you?
And I think it's more about the cast. You can see that they had fun making it and playing, and that really translates on screen. So I think this movie's for everybody if you just like an old school comedy vibe.
Yeah.
Like 90s comedy. That's what we get. 90s sports comedy.
Let's jump right into that cast. I learned something about Mary Steenburgen at the end of this interview that you're going to learn a little bit. What I loved about this movie, her character is so different than anything I've seen her play before. Did you love her in it?
I loved her. I love her in general. I'm always a Mary fan. Here, always.
Same.
Cameron,
Absolutely.
like the rest of us, you probably grew up watching her in Elf. Is there any better mom in her reactions to the first time she meets Will Ferrell as Elf?
Oh my gosh, no. I feel like she does a great job playing the supportive, slightly unhinged mom in comedy history. So yeah, I feel like she does a great job.
To keep a straight face in Step Brothers, like I've watched this movie 6,000 times. I can't keep a straight face during this scene. How about you?
No way. I can never keep a straight face, especially when Will Ferrell's on the screen and Mary. She just literally is the best mom. That's why she's always cast. But you're right, in this movie, it's very different.
I had a chance to sit down with her to talk about all things pickleball. Look.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
And so I was just asking you before cameras rolled, like, where did you see this movie for the first time and how did it hit you?
You know, I had a feeling that I was going to love it, and I did. I loved making it. We had such a good time. It was such a unique challenge to do a sports movie that's also full of heart and play a unique character, and I just loved every minute of it.
You've done so much, but a lot of your characters probably have more similarities than not. This is so unique for you. I love this character so much for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I enjoyed her so much. It was hard to say goodbye to her.
You had to make a lot of choices. How much of that was on the page? How much did you bring to that character?
I mean, it was a pretty great script. Sean Clements wrote the script, and it was funny and heartwarming, and I thought it was really unique because sports movies sometimes are missing a little bit of that heart, or it feels slightly artificial if it's there. And this was really about two people who had a loneliness in common that were seeking, you know, and in her case, she was trying all kinds of new things, including pickleball. And that's the last thing he wanted to do, but they found themselves thrown together.
Have you considered the pressure? Because this isn't just a sports movie. I mean, can you imagine being in the very first baseball movie or the very first basketball movie? You're in the first pickleball movie. That's a lot of pressure.
That's true. Well, judging by the response, it's been really heartwarming.
And where does the pickleball universe fit into your life? Like, have you lost friends to the cult?
No, I am lost to the cult.
That's
personally.
awesome.
Yeah, I play probably 5 days a week. I love it. I'm not that great, but I'm getting better. And it's like I like puzzles, and pickleball is like a beautiful puzzle to me, this kind of moving puzzle of trying to remember all the things my coaches taught me and shots that have worked for me before. And just the psychology of it is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
And I just have a laugh with my friends. I love it.
All of my friends are into it, but they got into it early on, and I resisted so long that now I can't keep up with them. I've lost all my friends.
That's okay. You can find somebody. It's still okay. You can find your Dusty or Candace to play with.
I'm trying to imagine you out on the court. How aggressive are you? And to throw in a scene from this movie, are you a grunter?
I'm not a grunter. No, in fact, I had to keep thinking of different ways to do that scene, because it's not my thing. If I win, that's fantastic. But that's not the main reason I'm out there.
Well, my bucket list wish is to someday get to see you play.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nice to see you again.
Who knew she was a hardcore player? I do want to see her play now, and look at her, a multi-award-winning actress encouraging me to play pickleball.
I want to know, where do you stand in pickleball?
And Colts.
I'm all for Colts.
Okay,
Pickleball,
so.
not a big fan. I will tell you, this is the very first polo shirt, the very first collared sports shirt I've worn, and I'm this old.
It's nice. I've never seen you wear a polo shirt ever. And look, we match. We both got them at the same store.
Oh, I see that.
Twinsies.
From Target?
Target for the win.
I will tell you this, though. I do like pickleball the few times I've played it. I just have an addictive personality, so I have to keep it at a distance.
Up, babe.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Hey, serve! There you go. Coming up next, we sit down with the Academy Award-winning, well, not necessarily Academy Award-winning, but definitely pedigreed writers and directors of this movie. Why they're making the difference next. Special. It's the Dink making history. It is the very first movie all about pickleball. So I can't do two things at once. I almost forgot the name of the sport. All right, so Cameron, I'm going to pass to you. Tell me what we should know about our director. Go.
The fact that he goes from Dink to Spaceballs, it just shows that he can do hilarious concepts and just make you love it so much.
Yeah. Talk about Sean.
Sean, the writer, he actually pulled from his real life experience and how competitive older players are, and he brought that into this amazing comedy that we have here.
Yeah, you got a chance to talk to him. Please, take a look.
Sean, I'll start with you. Much love, much adoration. Love everything you do, but I'm a huge fan of the podcast. So
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Now on to you, Josh. So it's one thing to tackle one of the most coveted properties of all time, Spaceballs, but then to launch into attacking the fastest growing cult in the world, pickleball. What kind of pressure?
So much pressure. I like that you called it a cult. I think you're right. I don't know if we've ever used that word, but I think you're right. It might be a cult.
What's wild? I say that because I've lost every one of my friends to it. I don't know anybody that's not.
You haven't played yet?
No, I do, but I'm afraid.
You just don't want to admit it yet. You don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I feel like
I get it.
Addiction is quick with pickleball.
It is. Yeah. You're not wrong.
It was great. It was my party thing.
Yes. Well, to your point earlier, Sean is a very funny man, and the script was sent over to me, and it had all the ingredients I love. Obviously, I haven't really gotten to make a sports comedy like some of the classics like Dodgeball and Happy Gilmore. Of course, Dodgeball being made by our producer on this, Ben Stiller, and acts in our movie. But underneath it, and it was incredibly funny, but underneath it, there was a lot of heart.
At the end of this, I may have cried a little bit. It's a little hopeful at the end.
Oh, that makes me feel really good. My goal was to make you cry, Mark. But I do appreciate it. Yeah, I think it was certainly the goal from the outset to make something that was really funny, but it's all for nothing if you don't care about the people in it, and you don't care about the outcome of the big final match at the end. And I think also I had such great partners, and Jake getting involved, early on and kind of helping guide what that character was. And also Josh, he said something to me early on that I think about a lot now when I'm writing, which is I had a scene I wanted to do a certain way. And he said, that's a good way to do the scene, but what does the movie want? And really zooming out and saying how do we make sure that we're always looking at the big picture and like, where the audience is going to be with these characters. Like, do we need to stick around and, do 5 more jokes here? Or do we want to kind of just land our point and make sure that we make it feel real and grounded so that you really do care about these people?
Hey, we're wrapping it up. So just final thought, Josh. One scene, quickly, just in a few words, the one scene where everything fired on all cylinders, it is movie perfection for you.
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, my brain went to the final match, which I was really pleased with how we made it very cinematic, and it felt like, we talked about Rocky and Raging Bull. But I have to admit, there's another scene I really love, which is where Aaron Chen is walking in slow motion through the club, and we play a song by Britney Spears called Work Band. And it's really odd. And all of a sudden he starts taking his clothes off. And you're like, what's going on? Why is this guy taking his clothes off? He then does a belly flop dive into the pool, swims. We shoot this all in a oneer, all one shot. He swims up to Dusty and he says, "You want her to see me, boss?" And we just start the scene. That, to me, I love. It's very, very absurd. It feels very out there. But then we just pick right back up in the story. So I gave you 2 for 1 there. Two
awesome. Applaud to you. And my apologies to all the people go, would you wrap it up? Thanks, guys. Thank you.
No lie, even though that was
102, 103, 104, 105.
Thank you. I thought I was into the thousands. Even though that was a Zoom interview, I got in trouble for going long. Cameron, what can you tell me about, give me one more term that's only used in pickleball.
Okay, we got the kitchen. The kitchen is that small little area between the net and the first line from the net. There you go, there you go.
And I love how they tapped a real-life tennis star who has said some disparaging remarks in the past about pickleball. We have Andy Roddick, so he must have turned his tune around because he definitely showed all the cast and pointers with tennis, and they showed him pickleball pointers.
Well, you were never going to stop. You're so good. Hey, speaking of that, that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. That's the big finish with Andy Roddick. Coming up next, where'd I get these mad skills? Not from my mama. One of the nation's leading professional players is joining me next to talk all about it. Hey, welcome back. It's our half-hour special dedicated to all things pickleball, more specifically the movie The Dink. Cameron, give me your review.
Oh my gosh, so funny. It's a family movie, very, very comforting. Yeah, just watch it if you want a good laugh.
And
woo! It's a quick, fun movie that's very punchy, and it reminds me of the ensemble comedy movies, sports drama or sports comedy from the 90s. So definitely see it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so I got some training from one of the nation's leading experts on pickleball. Specifically, this guy, Josh, is growing the urban pickleball brand faster than anybody else in the world. Ooh. He gave me some skills or not. Look.
All right, we can't talk about The Dink without talking about pickleball, because albeit a comedy, this is a real sport.
Absolutely is, Mark.
Josh Garbett, one of the nation's leading experts on pickleball. Where did it start for you?
The same story as everybody else, like COVID got super popular out there, and that's kind of where it begun for me.
All right, so you've seen the movie. What do you love about it?
I just love like everything about it, honestly. The actors, just like the pickleball stuff that's going on in it. I think it really portrays like the sport in a really nice light.
Was there ever a part of you that thought, they're going after my sport? How dare they lampoon my sport?
A little bit, but I think it's good to have pickleball on the big screen and kind of get a lot more eyeballs on it and get it more attention. So.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's a love letter to pickleball.
Absolutely.
All right, bring me up to speed. What do I need to know?
Quick lesson?
Let's do it.
All right, let's jump over there.
All right. Where are we going?
All right, I'm gonna have you at that white line right there, Mark.
And this is called the?
This is called the kitchen right here.
Right, all right,
or the
all right.
non-volley zone for my tennis people.
Okay.
So, only rule that lasts throughout the whole game is you cannot take a ball out of the air with your feet standing in here.
Okay.
So no volleyball, like bump set spike, just like this.
Okay.
So if your feet are behind the line, you take a ball out of the air, totally
I think I got
fine.
it.
All right.
In the movie, they do a lot of grunting at one point. Does that help?
Yeah, it does help.
Okay.
Gives you a little bit, probably 10% power.
All right.
So I want to bump the ball back and forth a little
Let's
bit
do
here.
it.
Yeah, try to think, use your shoulder underhand toss.
Okay.
Just with your paddle here.
Let's
Here
go.
we go. Perfect. Give me that grunt. There we go.
Oh, got me.
Oh,
He's the pro now.
Yes! Let's stop right there. It's not going to get better than that. Actually, did I do anything? I don't even know if I got that point.
you were up 1-0, so you did something.
We did it. All right, dude. So what would you like the world to know about pickleball before and after they see the Dink?
Yeah, pickleball's taking over the world. Come take a beginner clinic with us and get started.
Did I really get that point?
You did. I wasn't taking it easy on you,
I promised I wasn't going to cry. Got the camera.
That was a little bit emotional for me.
I know,
I've never done
that.
anything in sports. I've never put a ball where it was supposed to be. I can wakeboard, snowboard all day long.
Okay.
This stuff, I got no idea.
It was emotional for us too, because you're wearing a hoodie. You didn't serve.
Yes,
you
where's
didn't
the
serve
polo?
where you were. You're supposed to
Polo.
give him a polo.
I wear
Jeez
hoodies
Louise.
and t-shirts. I'm not a polo guy. All right, so were you paying attention to anything he said?
No.
Okay, so that's the kitchen right there. The ball's gonna come at you. If it bounces there, you can hit it and try to hit to Corinne on camera.
Okay,
If
you
it
go.
doesn't,
Oh, okay.
If it doesn't bounce, you have to wait until it bounces to hit it. You cannot strike it in the air in the kitchen. And let's just say this area is the kitchen right
Okay,
here.
that's
All right?
where we go to eat food,
Here
right
you go,
there.
this way.
Right, exactly.
Swing, bada, 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 swing, bada.
Oh,
Not bad.
Was that it?
All right, we can do this all day long, and believe me, during the commercial break,
Match
we will.
point.
When we come back, the true stars of the show, Jake and Andy, crush it. I can't wait for you to meet them, and they talk about one of the most bizarre things ever that Andy participated in a few years ago. That's what we call a tease. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to our half-hour special dedicated to all things the Dink. Cameron, you ready?
yup. Oh.
It's okay. Well, he's crying over a piece of plastic.
Right.
All right.
Touche.
Thanks for hanging out with us. You guys, the stars of this film, like this dynamic duo, in my opinion, carry the movie. What do you
Yes, absolutely. I feel like Jake, nobody plays a lovable, slightly desperate 40-something guy who just refuses to grow up better than Jake Johnson. I mean, what do you think?
100%. Jake and Aaron Chen, who plays his best friend, they make such a good duo. And then you add in Andy Roddick. It's such a great. The whole cast. I can't say enough good things. It's hilarious.
Aaron is so funny. I was relatively unfamiliar with his work until I got turned on to something that he did that was super strange and cool, and you'll find it in this interview. Take a look. Hydrate, you're gonna need it. Caffeinate, hydrate.
I'm doing it.
All right.
So I always, I try to champion the underdog, so I just want to thank both of you for shining some light on this sport that no one seems to know anything about, helping it along its way.
You know, we think it's a little engine that could, and we're hoping to kick in its butt a little bit.
But yeah.
Quite the opposite. What kind of pressure is it? What kind of pressure is it to be making a movie about this thing that has taken over the world?
You know, at least for me, I didn't feel any pressure because we have such a good script. We have such a good team with an unbelievable cast from Ben Stiller to Ed Harris to Fortune Feimster.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? You maniac. I say people's names incorrectly. I'm a big fan of Fortune, but I've been saying Feimster.
He's got your back.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't.
Wow, you guys are pouring off the screen into real life. It's blowing my mind. So your character, do you see your character as an enabler or a fan, a helper?
Definitely a big fan. And that's in real life too. I'm a big fan of Jake's. And yeah.
Well, that respect is mutual.
Thank you for saying that.
And just like in this movie, I'm starting to well up a little bit. There's a lot of heart going on that I didn't expect.
Yes.
There's a lot of heart on set.
Yeah.
Can you define it? Pull the day that you could...
Well, I can define it because I saw it was season 2 of New Girl. Trent O'Donnell, our director, was saying, I think there's a YouTube short you're going to like, you specifically. And I went, really? And it was Max, Lamorne, and I. And he pulled up a little video called Spits. It's arguably one of the weirdest videos I've ever seen, and I was cry laughing. And the star of Spits is this man right here.
Yeah. It was made in Australia.
That's awesome.
It's kind of, in Australia, that's considered kind of normal movies. And stuff.
That's a normal run-of-the-mill rom-com.
I'm going to be a huge fan of that in about 2.5 minutes. In the meantime, back to Dink.
Yeah.
Talk about the most absurdly, because you treat this perforated piece of plastic like the final throes of the Rocky movie.
Yeah.
And you're committed to the seriousness. What was the most absurdly real moment that you shot in the film?
Well, honestly, in terms of that, what you're saying, that's Josh Greenbaum, because when we were making our schedule, he wanted to shoot that third act with the big match, and he wanted it to be very serious, and he wanted to make pickleball look as good as he possibly could. So that was a lot of his artistry, and he really cared about that. And watching the movie, it really pays off that wasn't kind of thrown together.
It's fast-paced, choreographed.
Yeah, but
and
it's
exciting.
beautiful. Like it makes pickleball look huge and exciting.
And it is. And I truly love everything about it. More so even after seeing this movie.
Cool.
Were you a victim ever of like pickleball mafia people coming up to you going, hey, I know you're making this movie. Don't make fun of us.
They would hurt us and stuff like that, like drive their cars at us and stuff like that.
Right.
But you got to keep going and you just got to make what's true to you.
Aaron was getting beat up every day.
well, you look like you bounced back.
Thank you.
Congratulations
You
on this.
did.
Mad love, you guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
man.
I love those guys. All right, tell me something we don't know.
Aaron Chen described this movie as Challengers, but sexier.
The
So you
Van
look
Damme
out
movie.
for that. Look out for that.
Google that. All right, so this is now playing on Apple TV.
Yes.
You gotta watch if you're looking for something that's exactly like the Odyssey, but you can watch it at home.
Totally. It's the same. All the
Yeah.
fight scenes, all the cult mentions, it's all the same.
What'd you like about it?
Oh my gosh. I just feel like regardless if you like pickleball or you hate it, you're gonna be laughing regardless. And I love a good comedic movie. So I love it. You guys should go watch it too.
Yeah, it's so funny. Brought to you by Ben Stiller. So dodgeball, this it makes so much sense. As much smack as I talked about, look how addicted I am already to
I
pickleball.
know.
All right, Josue, camera guy Josue, here we go. You ready? Return
got
this and let's volley and just talk as in credits roll and.
Okay.
Oh, hey!
Okay, resume.
Oh, my bad.
So. There we go. All right, so Cameron Hawley, where do we find you online? How are we keeping up with you?
Just find me on Instagram at Cameron Hawley. There you go.
All right, over to you, Kelly Savannah Deaton.
At Kelly Savannah Deaton. I keep it easy.
All right, I'm TV Marcus Allen. See the Dink. That concludes
Bye,
our
guys.
half-hour Dink special.
Go team.
All right, nice work, you guys.